Rule your mind, or it will rule you. Horace. Hello, my name is Sean, and welcome back to Stoic Mind, Noble Heart. What motivates you when things get hard? How do you know you are good enough to reach your goals? Do you often need a push to get going when things get tough? If you fail, at what point is it okay to say this just isn't fair anymore? What if I told you the only reason you fail is because of excuses? Only watch this video if you're willing to learn some hard truths about why you fail. When I was an instructor on military leadership courses, I could always tell who the successful candidates would be within the first few weeks. A leadership course in the military is designed to put you through highly stressful situations where you are limited on time and resources to complete a task. When first learning how to conduct proper battle procedure, it's very easy to fail because timings are so tight and you're not used to the procedure. I could always tell how likely a student would be to finish a course by how a student would respond when he failed his initial task. Their answer often told me exactly what kind of leader they would become. The answer they gave was based on their locus of control. Let me explain what the locus of control is and how you can shift your focus to help yourself win. A study was conducted in 1998 at Columbia University on a group of 5th graders. They were given some very difficult puzzles to complete. No matter how well they did, each student was given an A and told that they did better than all the other students. Half the group was told they did so well because they worked very hard. The other half was told the success came because they were smart and gifted. The group was then given 3 more puzzles, an easy one, a medium, and a very difficult one. The students that were told they were smart spent most of their time on the easy puzzles, and spent almost no time on the difficult puzzles, and overall spent very little time on all the puzzles. This is a sign of low motivation, and when asked if they enjoyed the experiment, most of them said it wasn't much fun. The students that were told that they were hard workers spent most of the time working on hard puzzles. Also, they spent more time overall working on all the puzzles, and they just showed a higher level of motivation. In the end, they said that they had fun doing the experiment. Your locus of control is how much you believe you have control over your life. If you believe factors outside your control are the reasons why you fail, meaning you believe that you're smart and capable enough, but unfortunately the weather's bad, or you don't have enough resources, or the time is short, or whatever factor is outside your control preventing you from succeeding. This means you have an external locus of control. On the other hand, if you believe your success depends on how hard you work, you really believe success is something that you can control, then you have an internal locus of control. This is the key, because if you feel like you can control your success, then you can control your motivation. So back to when I was teaching soldiers in the military on leadership courses. The students would be given a mission to complete with very limited time and resources. Almost every student at first would fail their mission. During the debrief, I would ask them why they think they failed and what they would do differently. Some would blame lack of time or how the other students reacted to their orders was the reason why they failed. I knew at that point these students had an external locus of control, and even if they did pass the course somehow, they would become poor leaders because they always would blame others when things didn't go right. However, when a student took ownership of the errors that they had made and acknowledged that they hadn't given clear orders to the other students to follow, I knew that they had taken responsibility for what they were learning and were motivated to pass the course because they had an internal locus of control. When you take responsibility for your success or your failures, your motivation becomes unbreakable. This concept is hard for those who don't let it fully sink in. Ultimately, they are looking for excuses to take the pressure off themselves. Whether it's the 5th graders that were told that they are smart but quickly lose motivation when things didn't go right, or like the soldiers that think the conditions were unfair and it was not their fault. Learning to take responsibility for your actions is the key to motivation. If you feel sorry for yourself and you're looking for sympathy, Or you are known as a smart person and are just scared because something difficult may make you look stupid. Might be the reason you are making excuses why you're unable to complete a task. And you would do this by saying it was too hard or just not worth doing, or maybe you weren't that interested in doing it in the first place. All these excuses essentially add up to you have an external locus of control, and it's always going to be somebody else's fault why you do not succeed. So, how do we adopt an internal locus of control? Well, the easiest way is to start solving problems on your own in your daily life. If you are in debt, come up with a payment plan to pay back all the money that you owe. If you're fighting with your significant other or one of your friends, come up with a way to make things better. Once you start solving your own problems, you'll start to realize, wow, my actions directly affect the problems in my life, and I'm in control of my own destiny. Each success builds on the previous one. Soon, you will build up an internal locus of control, and you will have the motivation to take on bigger and better things. I never saw a wild thing feel sorry for itself. A small bird will drop frozen, dead, from a bough without ever having felt sorry for itself.